Hey guys, what is going on? You're probably thinking, why aren't you doing a review? Now I'm going to tell you why I'm not doing the review. This is a video about why I did not watch Raw this week and the TLC changes which have been made on this Raw. So, I actually decided to myself that I will not watch this Raw because I feel like every week when I'm tuning in, I am getting the same old stuff and I'm being too negative on it. And I don't like to be negative, but I feel really hard to be negative. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Sorry, I feel it really hard to try and not be negative on something which is very bad at the moment, and I don't want to be too negative on it. I don't want to moan about it really, but I have been. I know I have been. So I just decided that I'd take a break this week and not watch it. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't going to take notice of the show and not look at the spoilers. So I did look at the spoilers and I did see what happened on there. Now, I heard the Shield had quite a lot of interaction in the show, didn't they? They got involved with the Kane and the Team Hell No versus the PTP. They got involved with that match, and Brad Maddox was on the show. He was against Randy Orton, but Randy Orton wins. I heard that. Yeah, so the Shield did have quite a lot of impact in this show, and there have been changes made TLC with them, so they're actually going to be on the card. But there's something else I want to talk about before, and that is the John Cena and Dolph Ziggler feud. It does look like they've kind of on this Raw. It did look like they seemed to stop the AJ and Cena segment. You know, this stupid scandal, because nobody cares about that anyway. I don't anyway. But there was a tag match, and it was Big Show and Ziggler versus Sheamus and John Cena. And I did find out that John Cena and Sheamus won, and it was a really bad ending. Like, they shouldn't have gone over. The babyfaces shouldn't have really gone over, because it makes me believe that Sheamus is going to win at TLC, John Cena is going to win at TLC, and I'm going to be a grumpy git. But, you know, maybe. But I just don't see why they got the win here on this Raw. It just didn't make sense. But what we have learned, that is Dolph Ziggler will be taking on John Cena in a ladder match at TLC for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now I'm thinking, why is Dolph Ziggler putting up his briefcase up for grabs? I know Vince actually announced this because he was on the show as well. Quite a bit of impact on there, but apparently he didn't deliver. So Vince announces that, and I just don't understand why he has to put his Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. And especially if John Cena's to go over, it would be awful, absolutely awful. Now, I do feel like if Dolph Ziggler overcomes this obstacle, more people will be able to get behind him. Maybe a face change. I don't know. Personally, I think that'd be a bad move. He should stay as a heel, because I think he's better as a heel, to be honest. But I do like the idea if Dolph Ziggler wins, having to come over that obstacle. Putting up his actual property up for grabs, and then he still wins and defends that, and especially against the face of the WWE, John Cena, who we all think is, well, he is the man, isn't he, at the WWE? Unfortunately, whether I like it or not, he is the man for WWE at the moment. He is the face. He's, I can't. I may not like it. I know a lot of people out there don't like it, but that is the fact, and that's what happens. But you know what? I kind of like the idea. I'm trying to stay positive on this. I do kind of like the idea of how Dolph Ziggler's putting up his his property again, his Money in the Bank briefcase, and defends it. And if he wins at TLC, which he really should do, if John Cena wins, I will not be happy. Dolph Ziggler wins, fantastic. Thumbs up to that. So going back to the Shield and their interaction with Raw, earlier today, this is quite recent by the way, quite recent news, we have found out that the main event for TLC has now changed, and this is because of CM Punk's injured knee. So the main event's changed once again, so that's two main event matches, by the way, in a row. Survivor Series, and now this being changed. So yeah, both of the matches are going to be, well, this match, main event, is going to be changed. So two matches, main event matches, which are being changed. Obviously this one can't help it, but I know they can't help it, but it just seems a bit mixed-matched at the moment. You know, I know they can't help this. I really know that. You know, CM Punk's got to rest it. You can't go out with an injured knee. You know, something which is suffered quite bad as well. So the title will not be able to put a lot on the line actually on this. So maybe he'll be coming back at Royal Rumble. You know, the road to Royal Rumble, and CM Punk will be back then. But nevertheless, in the present day, TLC, the main event will be Team Hell No teaming up with Ryback versus The Shield. That is Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Now this could be really, really interesting. Really interesting. You have Ryback, who's had a bit of a feud with the Shield as of late because of all their interactions from the previous Raws, and you have the Team Hell No. They're in a feud now, obviously, with the Shield because of this week on Raw. I wonder what they're going to do with this. Now, I've heard that it's going to be the result will either be submission or pinfall. So no getting the belt or anything because it's not up for grabs, is it? Because there's no WWE Championship involved. Now, it's going to be really interesting what they're going to be doing with this, because there's two things they need to accomplish, in my opinion. They need to accomplish that Ryback is still that force to be reckoned with. That guy who can be the main event. The guy who can be the new face of WWE. You know, we can't have John Cena up there for that long, sorry. You need someone else, and Ryback, I believe, is the man, and I believe a lot of people out there probably don't think that, but it's probably the fact because they're pushing him right up his arse, aren't they? They're pushing him. They're really pushing him. And I do feel like he's going to be the top guy in the company in the future. In the near future, maybe. Who knows? But on this pay-per-view, they do need to build this guy and maintain his momentum. The other thing what they need to do, and they need to accomplish, they need to build the Shield really strong. They need to book them consistently. And on this pay-per-view, they need to do something which will both recognise the Shield as a dominant force and also recognise Ryback as a force to be reckoned. You know, the top guy of the company. Now, I have a feeling. I don't know what the result is. I really do not know what the result will going to be. When I first saw this, something pops up into my head, and that was Brock Lesnar. Will he be at the TLC pay-per-view? Because in my opinion, what will be fantastic is Brock Lesnar is actually like the boss of the Shield, and that maybe could maybe make a feud with Ryback versus Brock Lesnar. You know, you'd have someone like a new guy like Ryback, and then like a guy like a really experienced guy like Lesnar. Ryback and Lesnar at WrestleMania 29. I would pay for that. I really would. But then you're leaving the Shield out then. But then maybe the Shield could go into a rivalry with someone else. You know, another team or something like that. I don't know what they're going to be doing. I don't know what they're going to be doing with this. I really do not know what they're going to be doing with this. But I mean, hearing this news, it's obviously quite annoying because you're not going to be having Ryback versus CM Punk. But then the good thing about that is because I kind of knew what the result was going to be. You knew CM Punk was going to win. But with this, you don't know who's going to win. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with this. Are they going to, you know, personally, I don't even think we're going to have a result. I really don't. I think it's going to end up as someone's going to have some interaction. Maybe there will be a result, as in like an actual. It won't go clean. I don't think it will be clean. It will not be clean. That's what I mean. It will not go clean. I just feel like maybe personally, I'd have the Shield go over in this. I really would, because you need to actually recognise this as a group of individuals who can make an impact in the WWE. You know, that you need to make these dominant. We really, really do. Having Lesnar in there might even influence this group, you know, make them even have more recognition, especially with a guy like Lesnar, who can actually draw some money, and is a big name. He's really a big name, you know, obviously in the UFC, Paul Heyman, sorry, maybe he has some influence, has some involvement with this and CM Punk. Who knows? There's a lot of things which could happen at TLC. There really is. And hearing this news, it's kind of made me think of high expectations of the pay-per-view. It really does. Personally, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, it's the last pay-per-view of the year. They need to go out with a bang. I really, really do. They need to make this show really good. So I'm looking forward to 2013 in WWE. And I'm going to try and stay positive. I really, really am. No negative thoughts, Sarah. No negative thoughts. That's what I'm thinking right now. But seriously, I've got high expectations of this pay-per-view. And hopefully it delivers. Really, hopefully it delivers. But yeah, that has been it. I don't know what do I call this video. I don't know. It's not a Raw review. It's more of like a highlight, isn't it? More of a highlights video, I'd say. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, I didn't watch the Raw review. I didn't watch Raw, sorry. So I did this video instead. Obviously, I didn't want to leave the video. You know, do no videos. I haven't done one for a little while. I didn't do the SmackDown review. So, hope you enjoyed, guys. And until next time, see ya.